Hello and welcome back to my channel. This is part 3 of my mini-series from Serbia, and in this episode we're gonna check out places like Knez Mihailova, Kalemegdan, and we're finally gonna experience some really good sarma. This is a place that was recommended to me by a lot of people, and we're also gonna check out some nice desserts. And a little hint, that was the wrong t-shirt, by the way. For you basketball fans, might recognize the name and the team. So come with me and I'll show you my last few days in Serbia. I hope you enjoy it, and leave a comment below and press like button and things like that, and subscribe if you want to see more of my videos. This morning I woke up to a very beautiful weather, but things are about to change. While I was staying in Serbia, the weather was very unstable, and as you will see later when we reach Knez Mihailova and Kalemegdan, it's already clouded and windy. So once again I decided to take the bus. There's no reason to take the car because there's very limited parking spots in the city center. So I'm taking the bus from Zemun Park all the way into Zeleni Venac, and from there we will walk up to Knez Mihailova and Kalemegdan. As I mentioned before, there's no reason to take the car because the public transportation is free. Just use Google Maps and pay attention to all the signs, and you will easily find your way through the city. When you exit on Zeleni Venac, you have to take one of these under-crossing things, and you use this to get to the other side of the highway. And very often you will see street musicians and people selling fruits and vegetables and other things. From Zeleni Venac, it's about 5 to 10 minutes walk if you use the undercrossing to get up to Knez Mihailova. Knez Mihailova is like the main street with a lot of nice crisscrossing streets with restaurants and bars, and there's a lot of things to do here. And from Knez Mihailova you will have easy access to Skadarlia and Skadarska streets. Skadarlia is part of the Boheme quarter, and it takes about 10 minutes to reach from Knez Mihailova. I highly recommend you to go there. There's a lot of very old restaurants, and one of them that is recommended is Tris Shashira, but more on that later. One of the adjacent streets from Knez Mihailova is called Ulica Venac, and down there you will find also, like every part of Belgrade, a lot of restaurants, a lot of bars, very good cocktails, and a lot of good food. So don't be afraid to explore and have fun. You will find a lot of things to do, and while you're at it, go to the end of the street and you will reach Kalemegdan. Before you reach the fortress, you will see a lot of street vendors. They sell usual things like magnets, t-shirts and things like that, and in general just a lot of souvenirs. So if you're on the lookout for some nice souvenirs, this is the place to go. And when you're done shopping, you can keep on walking around. There's a beautiful park here, and when you're done with the park, you can keep on walking and you will reach the actual fortress. The Kalemegdan fortress is perched above the confluence of the Danube and Sava rivers. The first fortification of the site dates back to the 3rd century BC and built by the Celts, and it was taken over by the Romans. And it became a very important Roman military camp and strategic stronghold on the empire's frontier. Kalemegdan has seen more than 115 battles and had been destroyed, rebuilt and modified countless times. The fortress includes both upper and lower towns, each with unique architectural styles and functions. It was ruled by many empires: Romans, Byzantines, Bulgarians, Hungarians, Ottomans, Austrians and finally Serbs, each leaving their mark. In the park you will also see Rušica Church, and it was originally a gunpowder magazine during Ottoman rule. After World War I, it was transformed into an Orthodox church, and its chandeliers are made out of weapons and shell casings. Beneath Kalemegdan lies a network of secret tunnels, bunkers and Roman wells, many still unexplored and shrouded in mystery. From this viewpoint, you will see what is called the Great War Island, but the locals call it Lido Island. In addition to the Lido Island, you can see Zemun in the back and both Danube and Sava River. If you ever decide to go here, I really recommend you to spend a lot of hours because there's so much to see. And when it's good weather, the park is full with people enjoying them in the sun. They bring beer and wine and just have a really nice time enjoying the view. And if you don't want to chill in the sun and just walk, you can do that. You will have plenty of hours to enjoy yourself just walking around and looking at all the architecture. And if you're feeling thirsty or hungry, you can take a left after the bridge and just follow down all the passages and you will find a very nice restaurant at the end. It's called Petra Terasa and it has a very nice view overlooking Danube and Sava River. Even though I was here very early in the morning, I wasn't very hungry. I was saving that for later, but I ordered myself a whiskey sour and some beer and I enjoyed the view. And here you can see me exiting the bar and walking back up to the passageway. We'll see a lot of the old foundation in the buildings and the architecture, and you will see the difference between the different time periods. And when I was done with Kalemegdan, I decided to take the walk down to Dorčol and Skadarska Street, just to show you a little bit of the atmosphere. And here you can see me walking up. I forgot to turn on the camera, so I had to go back and just to show you Trishishira, the very nice restaurant where you have to book in advance. The atmosphere there is great and the live music is fantastic. And after Skadarska, I just kept walking. It's another 15 minutes to reach the point of the destination. This is where I'm gonna have my breakfast. For some people it might be a little bit too big breakfast, but I was really looking forward to this. The place is called Stara Hercegovina. A lot of people recommended this place to me. And here I finally found it. Really proper sarma with the fermented cabbage. I ordered it with urnebes and some bread and sparkling water. And this was truly insane. After this rather large breakfast, I took a long walk and decided to get some Knedle at Ferdinand. This is also a delicious little dessert, and I usually ordered it with Nutella inside. After the dessert, it was time to head home. It had been a long day, and the day after, I was gonna go for a road trip to Fruška Gora. Fruška Gora is the country's oldest national park, and it's also referred to as the Jewel Serbia. And it's also home of a large number of historical Serbian Orthodox monasteries. The scenery is magnificent, it's really flat, and it's very easy to drive. And I was out early because I don't like it to be very crowded when I'm eating, and today's choice was Vinska, Kuća, Kovačević. But be very careful, it's very easy to drive by, but when you reach it, it's amazing. The interior is just beautiful, they have a really nice view, and the food is amazing. They also have wine tastings, and you can book it for weddings and parties and things like that. I highly recommend it, and check it out if you're ever in the area. When I was looking at the menu, I saw something that I've never tried before. I heard people talk about it, but I never give it a shot, and that's grilled bone marrow. To me, personally, I didn't like it. It didn't taste much, it didn't taste good, it didn't taste bad, it was just pointless. But the main course was just amazing. This is braised wheel cheeks. They cook it low and slow for hours and hours and hours, and the meat is just amazingly tender. It's served with a celery puree, and yeah, this was very, very good. When I was done eating, I got back into the car and I drove into Novi Sad. I didn't have time to experience the city because I was invited to dinner with my brother-in-law and father-in-law. So I just drove through the city and yeah, just enjoyed my time before I had to get back to Zemun. When I was back in Zemun, I had time for a short rest. Then it was time to go out and eat again. And something you will see a lot in Serbia is street performers like this. This is usually semi-professional football players and jugglers trying to earn some money by working in the streets. Eventually, we reached Restoran Dabar. We ordered something that is very common in Serbia. It's like a big plate of a lot of mixed meat. So here we can see a bunch of different veggies, meats, and other side dishes, and it was very delicious. And now we're heading over to something I never seen before. Partizan versus Real Madrid in the EuroLeague. And yeah, I never seen a basket game in my life, not live, not on TV, so this was very fun. It was sold out, 20,000 tickets, but my brother-in-law was able to get some tickets. The atmosphere was intense, and I will let the video speak for itself. Unfortunately, Partizan lost, but it wasn't like a game that was very important. But even so, they have to use the police with shields and helmets to protect the away players. You can see they are not very fond of them, and they were throwing bags of potato chips actually. But this was very fun, and I would like to go again. And this was my last evening in Belgrade before heading home. I've shown you a lot of good food while I was here in Serbia, but one thing I haven't showed you yet, and this is Carigradska schnitzel, and that was my last meal of my stay in Serbia. We ate at a nice restaurant in Altina, which is in Zemun, right before I went to the airport. And here, me and my brother-in-law had Carigradska schnitzel, and my mom-in-law had goulash with potato mash. And this is another restaurant which is highly recommended. I really hope you enjoyed this 3-part series of Serbia. And if you have any questions, leave a comment below, hit the subscribe button, and see you in the next one. Ciao!